Welcome to round 1 of the RSPK Throwback tournament held at Full Grip Games. On the left we have Sean, piloting Blastoise EX. Sean's deck aims to set up Blastoise EX to accelerate water energies into play with the Energy Rain Pokepower to power up a suite of attackers with the help of Holland's Cast Form to cover a variety of difficult attack costs. On the right we have Alex, piloting Camler. Alex's strategy is to use a combination of Stantler's Push Away attack and Numel's Kindle to deplete the opponent of resources and pivot into Camera to sweep once the opponent is out of options. Alex wins the flip and starts us off. He attaches a Fire Energy and a Cessation Crystal to Stantler, turning off all Pokepowers and Pokebodies. He attacks with Screechy Voice, dealing 10 damage. Sean draws and plays Rare Candy, evolving Pidgey into Pidgeot. He plays Holland Mentor, discarding Ditto, searching his deck for 3 Pokemon with 100 HP or less, revealing Squirtle, Jirachi, and Magnemite. He benches Squirtle and Jirachi, attaching a Magnemite to Jirachi as energy for turn. He retreats into Jirachi and attacks with Make-A-Wish, searching his deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one of his bench, finding and evolving into Wartortle, putting a damage counter on Jirachi. Alex draws for turn and attaches a Fire Energy to Stantler. He plays Rocket's Admin, both players shuffling their hands into their deck and drawing 6 cards. He benches Unknown. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage and looking at Sean's hand, discarding a trainer card he finds there, choosing Sean's Holland Transceiver. Sean draws for turn, and he plays Holland Mentor, discarding a Water Energy and searching up Cast Form, Kyogre EX, and Sudowoodo into his hand. He plays Power Tree, returning a Water Energy from his discard pile to his hand. He benches Sudowoodo and attaches a Water Energy to it. He attacks with Make-A-Wish, searching up a Blastoise EX and evolving his benched Wartortle. Alex draws for turn and plays Pokemon Fan Club, searching his deck for 2 basic Pokemon, putting them onto his bench, finding Stantler and Numel. He attaches a Fire Energy to his bench Stantler. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage and discarding Sean's Giant Stump. Sean draws for turn and attaches a Water Energy to Sudowoodo. He retreats into Sudowoodo and attacks with Copy, copying Stantler's Push Away, dealing 40 damage thanks to weakness, and looking at Alex's hand, discarding Cessation Crystal. Alex draws for turn and evolves his bench Numel into Camera. He placed Castaway, searching his deck for a supporter, basic energy, and a Pokemon tool, revealing Scott, Fire Energy, and a Cessation Crystal, putting them into his hand. He attaches a Fire Energy and a Cessation Crystal to his bench Stantler, and retreats into it. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage and discarding Sean's Pokemon Retriever. Sean draws for turn and plays Pokemon Retriever, returning Magnemite to his hand. He attaches Magnemite to Blastoise. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 40 damage thanks to weakness, discarding Alex's Scott. Alex draws for turn and plays Steven's Advice, drawing 4 cards. He uses Power Tree, returning a Fire Energy from his discard pile to his hand. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, finding no trainer cards in Sean's hand. Sean draws for turn and copies Stantler's Push Away, taking the knockout, discarding Alex's Scott, and drawing a prize card. Alex promotes Stantler and draws for turn. He uses Power Tree, returning a Fire Energy from his discard pile to his hand, attaching it to Stantler. He plays Team Aqua's Hideout, increasing the retreat cost of non-Aqua Pokemon by 1. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, finding no trainer cards in Sean's hand, taking the knockout, and drawing a prize card. Sean promotes Jirachi and draws for turn. He attaches a Water Energy to Blastoise EX and ends his turn. Alex draws for turn and attaches a Fire Energy to Camera. He plays Mr. Briney's Compassion, returning his active Stantler and all cards attached to his hand, promoting Camerupt. He attaches a Cessation Crystal to Camerupt. He benches Stantler. He attacks with Camerupt's Backburner, attaching a Fire Energy from his discard pile to Camerupt. Sean draws and plays Holland Mentor, discarding Squirtle, searching his deck and revealing Chimecho, Holland's Cast Form, and Pidgey, putting them into his hand. He attaches Cast Form to Blastoise, returning a Water Energy to his hand. Sean passes. Alex draws for turn and plays Mary's Request, drawing 3 cards. He benches Rattata. He attaches a Fire Energy to Camerupt, attacking with Split Bomb, dealing 30 damage to the bench Pidgeot and Blastoise. Sean draws for turn and plays Holland Transceiver, searching his deck for a Holland supporter, revealing a Holland Adventurer. He plays Holland Adventurer, discarding Lugia EX, drawing 3 cards. He attaches a Water Energy to Jirachi and passes. Alex draws for turn and attaches a Fire Energy to Stantler. He attacks with Split Bomb, dealing 30 damage to Pidgeot and Blastoise. Sean draws for turn and benches Pidgey. He attaches a Holland's Cast Form to Jirachi, returning a Water Energy to his hand. He plays Rocket's Admin, with both players shuffling and drawing 5 cards. He evolves Pidgey into Pidgeotto with Rare Candy. He attacks with Mind Bend, dealing 30 damage, flipping heads, leaving Camerupt confused. Alex draws for turn. He plays Energy Removal 2, flipping tails. He plays Lynette's Net Search, searching his deck for 3 Pokemon with different types, revealing Stantler and Rocket's Wobbuffet. He attacks with Split Bomb, flipping heads for confusion, dealing 30 damage to the bench Pidgeot and 30 to Blastoise EX. Sean draws for turn and attaches a water energy to Blastoise EX. He attacks with Mind Bend, dealing 30 damage. Alex draws for turn and attaches a heal energy to Stantler, healing a damage counter. He plays Mr. Brownie's Compassion, returning Camler and all cards attached to his hand, promoting Stantler. He benches Numel. He attacks with Push Away, discarding Sean's Warp Point, taking the knockout on Jirachi, and drawing a prize card. Sean promotes Blastoise EX and draws for turn. He plays Pokemon Retrieval, shuffling Holland's Castform, Sudowoodo, and Squirtle back into his deck. He attacks with Blastoise's Hyper Whirlpool, dealing 80 damage and taking the knockout. Alex promotes Stantler and draws for turn. He evolves Rattata into Raticate, and Numel into Camerupt. He benches Stantler. He attaches a Fire Energy to Camerupt and attacks with Screechy Voice, dealing 10 damage and confusing Blastoise. Sean draws for turn and uses Pidgeot's Quick Search Pokepower, searching his deck for a card, putting it into his hand. He plays Holland Mentor, discarding Jirachi, searching up Kyogre EX, Holland's Castform, and Chimecho into his hand. He benches Chimecho and uses Delta support, returning a water energy from his discard pile to his hand. He benches Kyogre EX and retreats into it. He attaches a water energy to Kyogre with Energy Rain, putting a damage counter on it. He attaches Holland Castform for turn, returning a water energy to his hand and reattaching it through Energy Rain, putting another damage counter on Kyogre. He attacks with Hydro Shot, discarding Holland's Castform, dealing 70 damage to Raticate, taking the knockout, and drawing a prize card. Alex draws for turn and attaches a Fire Energy to Stantler. He attaches a Cessation Crystal to Stantler. He plays POW Hand Extension, bringing up Blastoise. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, discarding Sean's Transceiver. Sean draws for turn and attaches a Water Energy to Kyogre. He ships the turn to Alex. Alex draws and attaches a Fire Energy to Camerupt. He plays Castaway, searching his deck and finding a Fire Energy and a Rocket's Admin. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, discarding Sean's Rare Candy. Sean draws for turn and attaches a Holland's Castform to Kyogre, returning a Water Energy to his hand. He ends his turn. Alex draws for turn and attaches a Fire Energy to Camerupt. He plays POW Hand Extension, bringing up Chimecho into the active spot. He plays Rocket's Admin, with both players shuffling their hands into their deck, with Sean drawing 3 and Alex drawing 4. He attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, discarding Sean's Windstorm. Sean draws for turn and plays Power Tree. He uses Power Tree, returning a Water Energy from his discard pile to his hand, attaching it to Chimecho, retreating into Kyogre EX. He attacks with Hydro Shot, dealing 70 damage to the active Stantler, taking a knockout and drawing a prize card. Alex promotes Camerupt and draws for turn. He attaches a Fire Energy to Stantler. He plays Desert Ruins. He attacks with Camerupt's Split Bomb, dealing 30 damage to Chimecho, taking the knockout on Pidgeot and drawing a prize card. Desert Ruins deals 10 damage to both Kyogre and Blastoise EX between turns, knocking out Blastoise, and Alex takes 2 more prize cards. Sean draws for turn and plays Windstorm, discarding Desert Ruins from play. He uses Pidgeot's Quick Search, searching his deck for any card, putting it into his hand. He plays Holland Transceiver, returning Holland Adventurer from his discard pile to his hand. He plays Holland Adventurer, discarding Alakazam Star, drawing 3 cards. He uses Chimecho's Delta support, returning a Water Energy from his discard pile to his hand. He benches Squirtle, using Rare Candy to immediately evolve it into Blastoise EX. He attaches a Water Energy to Kyogre, and uses Energy Rain to attach a Water Energy, putting a damage counter on Kyogre. He attacks with Hydro Splash, discarding 2 energy, taking the knockout on Camerupt, and drawing a prize card. Alex promotes Stantler. Alex draws for turn and plays Crystal Beach. He attaches a Fire Energy to Stantler, and attacks with Push Away, dealing 20 damage, discarding Sean Stevens' Advice. Sean draws for turn, using Quick Search for a Water Energy, attaching 1 from hand, and attacks with Hydro Splash, taking the knockout on Stantler, and Sean wins the game. That was a close one. Alex was able to control the early to mid-game, locking out Sean from his critical Quick Search and Energy Rain Pokepowers. Alex may have gotten a little too aggressive towards the end with the POW onto the Chimecho, allowing Sean to pivot into Kyogre with the help of 3 fresh cards off of Admin. Camerupt provided significant amount of pressure for Alex throughout the game, however going down to a single prize off the back of a 3-prize turn left Sean's Chimecho safe from POW Hand Extension after dispatching Camerupt with Kyogre's Hydro Shot. The most valuable card in today's game goes to Stantler. RSPK as a format is warped around this card, and it was on full display in this game, with Alex discarding many of Sean's key resources. Push Away is such a good attack that even Sean got in on the action, using Sudowoodo's copy attack to use Push Away, discarding one of Alex's Cessation Crystals, eventually giving Sean a chance to use his powers later in the game. Make sure to tune in next time for round 2 of our RSPK Throwback tournament, and check out the stream rounds over on Tricky Gym, linked in the description. This has been the Holland Scientist. Until next time.